Alright, we're gonna continue exploring what it means to live with a dissociative identity, because my theory that started a little over a year ago, almost a year and a half ago, shortly after being diagnosed with dissociative identity disorder in 2017, is that living with a dissociative identity means that you live with your consciousness inside out. And it could be considered a disability like other disabilities, where you find unique ways to make normal life happen for you despite experiencing normal life very differently. I want to be able to make enough sense of this so that something like, or something like employers, who have someone with DID can understand it as something to work with rather than, dismiss it or not take the time to understand it because it's complex and there is no simplified information about it. And so, if I can come up with an explanation of how my disability would affect me in the workplace according to the neurobiological aspects of the disorder, not just how I feel, I hope that people like me will have a better time holding jobs. That's been my main struggle with this, and I'm really excited and grateful and empowered by this opportunity to create a career where I can be self-employed. Without that, I would have no hope right now. It wouldn't even matter the progress I'm making, because even when I was more stable, holding a job was just impossible because there wasn't these basic accommodations. And so if we can come up with an explanation of what it would take to hold a job, and explain it as a disability, eventually we'll have a place where we have rights. Not just hopefully employers will feel compassionate, but we cannot get fired for having this disorder. I don't know what it will look like specifically, and it's never going to be foolproof. Life is life, stuff happens and everything, but to have something to fall back on, something to refer to when experiencing discrimination in the workplace, very obviously because of this disorder, where our brains function differently and it causes external things to be a little different. We're still amazing people. We can still be incredible hard workers and dedicated and bring a positive energy to whatever job needs to be accomplished. But there's just a few little things that would need to happen to make that possible. And I'm hoping to find out what those few things are and present it in a way where employers and employees will be helped and accept it, accept it and move forward and learn to work together. You don't have to be fully disabled to have something, to have a disorder that's impacting you. And if we can find ways to make life more doable and more peaceful and more beautiful and more empowered, then that's exactly what we need to do. It's as simple as that. People need empowerment. Let's go empower them. And I know people like me need empowerment because I needed it and there was none. I searched high and low all over the world and didn't find any. So this needs to happen, and it all starts with the dissociative identity movement. That's how we'll gain a voice and build awareness and gain a platform to advocate for these specific things. At first, it starts just by sharing about what dissociation is, what dissociative identity disorder is, what consciousness is, aspects of trauma. And from there, over the years, as it builds momentum, we can insert more things. Hey, this year we're specifically exploring the possibility of writing a screenplay for a movie that's like Inside Out, but explaining the mind of a multi-conscious mind rather than a uniconscious. I have a video about that as well. And then one year it'll be, hey, we're advocating for rights in the workplace, and so we'll build momentum over the years. And by the time I finish this human life, there will be help and hope for anyone and everyone with dissociative identity disorder. It's as simple as that. It's gonna happen. Doesn't mean it's easy, but when I make sure that it's not an optional thing, it's inevitably gonna happen. It's the laws of the universe. And it's my dharma. It's what I'm here for. So how can it not? My life is not allowed to end until I accomplish my mission, as long as I'm dedicated to achieving the mission. And so building the dissociative identity movement, it's been a long-term plan from day one. It's been a 10, 20-year plan ever since I started it in 2017. And now it's 2018, and we're preparing to launch our first movement in 2019. And all through 2019, I will be preparing to launch the next one in 2020. And 2020 will be the year that my 2017 ideas start to come to fruition. And then from that platform, we keep building. We keep growing, we keep expanding, we keep evolving, we keep creating the positive change that we wish to see in this world. I'm really excited to do that. So thank you for joining me for it, soul friends. This is a magical, miraculous healing journey, and the more the merrier. I'm grateful that there's so many incredible, brave, beautiful warrior souls joining me for it.